Before we start, I would like to say this video will be a brief guide for what direction you should take Vaporwave if you want to get into it. So I'll be going over some basic stuff such as classics, subgenres, and how to look for music. I'm not the world's most knowledgeable with Vaporwave, so please take this with a grain of salt, just in case. Vaporwave is an internet-born genre which has seen its beginning in the late 2000s to early 2010s and continues to live today. The aesthetics and visuals carry out a lot of importance, but I'm sticking with the music. Some people say it's hard to pinpoint where Vaporwave started even though we have an artist to turn to. Daniel Lopatin, aka 103.Never, aka Chuck Person, aka Sunset Corp. I suppose we can start here. Sunset Corp is a YouTube channel which was essentially the first spark to the Vaporwave genre. Most of the songs featured on the channel are later used and slightly changed in what is considered to be the first Vaporwave album, Chuck Person's Echo Jams Volume 1. The term Echo Jams is a subgenre in and of itself, but we will get to that later. Echo Jams was probably the first big inspiration that would lead to many albums to come, some being Farside Virtual, Skeleton, Midnight Television, and very importantly Floral Shop. Floral Shop is likely the most recognized Vaporwave album yet. This release would lead to an absolute surge, where the genre saw many different variations and a lot of people coming in. This has led to a lot of shit for the genre, but over the years has grown into a much bigger deal. Going more into the subject of subgenres along with essentials, we will be going subgenre by subgenre and either popular or recommended releases from each you should listen to. By the way, the albums previously mentioned are required too, so go listen to those. Starting with Future Funk, which you've probably most definitely have heard of somewhere before, is just what it sounds like pretty much. Well, if you imagine it. It has this incredibly upbeat, hard-hitting tone that can get you absolutely hooked. Albums such as Hit Vibes, Studio 54, Sailor Wave, Love Story, A Million Miles Away, Bay, Bay 2, Bay 3, Bay 4, Bay 5 are all great releases in the Future Funk section. You should definitely give a listen. Vaportrap is an obvious mix between Vaporwave and trap music, and all these subgenre names are giving it away. Vaportrap is typically easy to digest, so you should have an easy time listening to these. Some fitting albums are Blink Banshee 0, Blink Banshee 1, Mana Pool, Crystal Beppies, Remember Last Summer, and Ice in the Veins. Mallsoft is a personal favorite. I mean, I got these shits because of its relaxing and atmospheric feeling. Again, Mallsoft is pretty much what it sounds like, either being in a mall or settling on a capitalist or mall type themes. Mallsoft albums can include Palm Mall Mars, Yes We're Open, 1988, Atrium, and Hologram Plaza. Utopian Virtual is, oh my fucking god, these names make it so annoying to explain. It has the theme of a virtual utopia. I know, crazy, right? It's basically the SimCity soundtrack, but better, you know. Jokes aside, Utopian Virtual gives off this interesting feeling and experience as if life were really like this. A beautiful capitalist utopia. Some Utopian Virtuals are Farside Virtual, Home, Clear Skies, Contemporary Sapporo, and Fashion Mood Music. Echo Jams, like the album we mentioned earlier, has a very heavy feeling and sound to it. Its use of reverb, echoing, distortion, and sample chopping make it insanely pleasing yet eerie. Some albums are Echo Jams, SeaWorld, Virtual Resort, and Regret. Late Night Lo-Fi, VHS Pop, and Broken Transmission / Signal Wave all somewhat live under the same roof. Well, in my opinion at least. The in-between being more so Late Night Lo-Fi, with its low-quality sound and use of relaxing but engaging samples. VHS Pop sort of fits into a higher quality in terms of sound and theme compared to Late Night Lo-Fi, and Broken Transmission is a lot more distorted and heavy. Albums under Late Night Lo-Fi being Midnight Radio Deluxe and Good Morning America, Albums under VHS Pop include Empire Building, Miami Virtual, and Deep Fantasy. And albums under Broken Transmission are Dream Sequence and New Deluxe Life. Please consider approaching that last one with caution. Hypnagogic essentially fits the Vaporwave description and can be considered what the classic Vaporwave sound belongs to. So if you want to get into that sort of look, I suggest heading here. Albums such as Holograms, Diskette Romances, and Romantic Dream fit under the Hypnagogic feel. The next albums are those of which that are essential, but either have a mix of subgenres, or not listed with the other subgenres I talked about, or fuck you, I didn't feel like looking for it. Late Night Delight has a blend of hypnagogic and late night lo-fi with the tiniest touch of future funk. Oasis has a blend of Malsoft and hypnagogic. The Atmospheres albums have a blend of Vaportrap and VHS pop. I'll Try Living Like This is kinda like being a masochist. Same with No Lives Matter. Birth of a New Day is beautiful and atmospheric. The majority of Haircuts for Men albums I don't feel like explaining, but they're masterpieces, go listen to them. Webinaire, Redefining the Workplace, and Vanishing Visions all have a similar theme to the corporate life along with a hypnagogic sound. Underwater Mirage feels like a classic, even though it probably most definitely isn't. Between Two Worlds is beautiful and sad as fuck at the same time. And Here I Eth is all over the place. You got that? You okay? You good? Good, good, good. Now you may be asking, where in the world am I supposed to find all this music to drown my time into? Well, there are two main sources, I would say, YouTube and Bandcamp. Let's start with YouTube. YouTube tends to have pretty much everything as long as the album doesn't use a sample that is banned in your country. The most popular channel for Vaporwave music is Vapor Memory. They are so vast and large, it's crazy how many albums are in here. A more unknown channel, though, if you are looking for more underground or not as well known releases, would be Channel Surfing, which tends to have an album you definitely have never heard of and will never hear of again. However, moving to Bandcamp creates more variety. You tend to see a lot more releases since there you can fit your album under a tag or genre. Along with that, you can sell physicals. Have you ever seen a Vaporwave physical? I bet the fuck you haven't. These are normally released under labels. If you want some to look out for, my suggestions are My Pet Flamingo, Business Casual, Dream Catalog, Geometric Lullaby, Tiger Blood Tapes, and 100% Electronica. Well, that's about enough to get you started. I hope you'll get somewhere with this info I provided you, even if it's just a little. I don't care if you go so deep into it you drown, or if you simply listen to them when you sleep. Either way, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you watch me do other dumbass videos.